and welcome back to MK Gardening. Today we're going to be putting together a fall perennial bed of sorts around our Lil'Kim red Rose of Sharon that we planted up in the last video. So the Rose of Sharon is going to be the main structure shrub of this fall perennial bed. But when we were looking around our yard, we noticed that we didn't have quite as much fall colors as we wanted. It's kind of one of our goals, is to make sure that we have color for every season that we are having during the year. So that means winter interest, fall interest, early spring interest. So we are going to amp up some of our fall interest in our backyard today with our fall perennial bed. So let's check out some of the plants that we chose to do this. So here they are. You can see right off the bat that there are three very different plants. However, they have some similarities that tie into each other, which is why we chose them. So right here we have an autumn Joy Stonecrop Sedum with a beautiful ombre sunset looking hot pink. It does start like green and then, you know, yellow, fades into that lighter pink, and then some hot pink. And then right beside this plant we have our American Gold Rush Black-Eyed Susan, or Rudbeckia. So what I like about this, and we'll go over more detail when we're planting them, but what I like about this is it ties in the greenish yellow that we're having on our sedum with the Black-Eyed Susan. So we get kind of that matching color as we transition. And then our final perennial that we're going to be planting, this is a tickseed, which is a Coreopsis. So this Coreopsis or tickseed is called Shades of Rose. And again, we're seeing a beautiful sunset-like coloration, ombre almost, with the light pink fading into a dark pink, but that yellow in the center, which again pulls the Rudbeckia right alongside of it. So we get this almost, it is fall, but it's not the traditional like red, orange, you know, of fall. We're getting like a sunset type of ombre feel going on with the light and dark pinks and the yellows that transition in. It's going to be great with the little red Rose of Sharon, which if you watched our last video, you know it's not really red, it's more of like a rosy pink bloom. So I think it's going to be perfect all together here. The last one that we have is actually a dwarf Alberta spruce. That is not going in this bed. However, we are going to be popping it in the ground to winter it over. Where we planted today is not going to be its home. But again, if you've been watching us for a while, you know that we believe, you know, plants are better off in the ground for that wintering over season than they are in their nursery cans in a garage somewhere. It's much more likely for them to get stressed, have the plant suffer from, you know, a lot of like drought, not getting watered enough. So it's better for it to just be in the ground. Obviously, Alberta spruces, this is a dwarf. It's only going to get like 6 to 8 feet tall when it's mature, very slow growing. It's going to be much happier in the ground than in that tiny little nursery can for like 4 months of New England winter. So we'll be popping that in the ground as well. Let's place these around the Rose of Sharon and then go through some more specific details about them. Okay, so this might look very strange to you, how we have positioned it, but there is a point. Our poor Rose of Sharon needed a big old drink today, so she did get it. She's going to be perking up pretty soon, I promise. But I wanted to point out, before I explain everything, another really nice contrasting difference, but also plays really well together, with these 3 perennials that we chose is actually their leaf structure. So with the Tickseed, you can tell that this leaf structure is pretty grassy, very fairy-like and dainty, which is in great opposition to the sedum. And if you think sedum, you're thinking succulent, and you would be on the right track. These are thick leaves, very succulent-esque leaves. So plays very nicely against each other when they're up against each other. The really delicate fluffy leaves compared to the really thick succulent leaves. Yes. Yes. Love you. Okay, and then the Rudbeckia is a typical really dark glossy green leaf that's going to play really nicely with the pear leaves and when that Rosa Sharon gets more juice in her, the Rosa Sharon leaves. Okay, so I know that this looks a little strange how we placed it, but there is reasoning behind it. So in the back, we're starting in the back, moving forward based on height. So the Rudbeckia, the American Gold Rush Rudbeckia, Black-Eyed Susans, get a little bit over 2 feet tall once they're mature. So we're talking like 26 inches in height. Now they stay very compact with their leaves and stems. It's very much mounded in blooms. So it's going to be a nice dense mound, but it is going to be the tallest of the perennials. Obviously not the Rosa Sharon. That one's getting 3 to 4 feet tall. But out of the perennials that we're planting, it is going to be the tallest when it's mature. So we're putting that one towards the back. It loves full sun, drought tolerant. This is from Proven Winners. They have actually bred it to be resistant to the type of mildew that Rudbeckia gets. I can't remember it. I will put it on the screen right there. It will not get that mildew. So excellent, very robust. Again, full sun, consistent watering. It blooms summer through fall. So here's that fall interest that we're looking at. And we are really excited. Rudbeckia's Black-Eyed Susans do really well for us in our garden. It's one of our very favorite perennials just because of the long-lasting bloom time that you get from it. And it reblooms, and again, if you know me, I love a little button nose, and Black-Eyed Susans deliver on that. So, stair step down, we have our Autumn Joy Stonecrop Sedum. Now this one is going to get around 2 feet. So at maturity, total max maturity, it's going to be 2 feet tall. Again, it likes full sun, well draining. This one is our hardiest perennial. This one is a zone 3 through 9. So you know it's going to be amazing for us. Zone 3 through 9. You don't really need to deadhead any, well, you don't need to deadhead it if you don't want to, unless you're making like cut flowers with it. But you also don't need to prune it in the early spring if you don't want to. I forgot to mention the Rudbeckia is a zone 4 through 9, so again, very winter hardy. And then one stair step down, so we have the over 2 feet, we have the 2 feet. And then right at the bottom, this one's actually only going to get about 1.5 feet tall. Going south. So it's going to be our smallest of the 3. This one is also loves full sun. Drought tolerant, heat tolerant. This is a zone 5 through 9. So this one is the one that we might have to be conscious of because we garden in a zone 6. However, we have had Coreopsis in our last property and it was fine. It does pretty well in our area. It will kind of slowly start taking over an area too, which, I mean, these are beautifully ombre flowers and we would not mind that at all. It will get mounded and like full of blooms. This one blooms from early summer to fall if you do a mid-season shear, midsummer shear. So early summer, shear it back. It'll reflush and go straight through the frost to the first frost, which is going to be excellent. Ooh, bonus for the Rudbeckia. I'm remembering all of these facts about the Rudbeckia. Rudbeckia loves full sun. It can also do shade. Full sun or shade, which is really interesting. This is a new variety this year from Proven Winners, that American Gold Rush. But Ryan, it can do shade, so we can put it in our shade bed too. More varieties of it. And how awesome would that be, that pop of yellow in a shade garden? Very exciting for that next year. Okay, so I think I remembered all of the details. We're gonna plant this in the ground. We're gonna put new soil down, fertilize, new soil on top, get it all in and cozy. The weather is getting cooler, so it's definitely coming. I know, I'm trying to help you.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's play. Thank you so much for watching this video. We're really excited about having fall color, fall and summer color out here. Beautiful flowers, hardy perennials. We're really excited about how it turned out. We did find, she's hunting mosquitoes. We did find some ant homes in there, but it shouldn't be a problem. This is going to be a really nice bed in the end with the height of the Rose of Sharon, the patterned bloom type versus the sedum in the middle. It's going to be just very contrasting but also interconnected with the colors. It's going to be beautiful. We're really excited. So we're just going to water it in and enjoy it for the rest of the season. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Bye.
out in the background.